me, 28 woman, trying to find serious relationship, sitting here after another failed attempt, wondering why nothing ever works out. Let me tell you my story. College was wild time for me. Freshman year, I was shy virgin, rarely talked to guys except classmates. By sophomore year, everything changed completely. Joined sorority and discovered party scene. Started hooking up with different guys. Every weekend was new adventure always. Thought I was living my best life, experimenting and having fun like everyone. Never thought about future consequences seriously. Spring break trips were especially crazy. Vegas trips with the girls went. Completely off the rails every time. What happens in Vegas mentality, obviously. Except it wasn't staying in Vegas, junior year. The numbers kept climbing. One-night stands became regular occurrence. Tinder dates that never went anywhere. Frat parties always ended the same. Random hookups with guys whose names I forgot by the next morning. Thought this was normal college experience. All my friends were doing same. We bragged about our adventures together, compared stories, and laughed about guys. Treated it like collecting trophies almost. Senior year. I started getting tired of meaningless hookups and empty encounters. Wanted something more substantial and real, but the pattern was already established. Guys would want to hook up, then disappear when I wanted more. Graduated with degree and high number, somewhere around 40 different guys total. Moved to new city for job. Thought fresh start would change everything. Started dating with serious intentions finally. Met David through mutual friends at work happy hour after few weeks. He seemed different from college guys, mature professional with actual career goals. We went on several real dates, dinners, movies, and long conversations together. Felt like this could be something special and worth pursuing for once. After a month of dating, we became exclusive and things got more serious. He started asking about my past, casual questions about previous relationships and experiences during college years spent partying. Tried to deflect and change subject, but he kept bringing it up. Finally asked directly about my number. Panicked and lied, said it was, like 8 guys instead of 40. Felt guilty but thought it was necessary to protect the relationship. Few months later, we're at party. Ran into college friends who started, telling embarrassing stories about my past. David's face changed as he listened. To stories about my wild days. Could see him doing math in, his head calculating the real number. Confronted me that night about lying. Asked for honest answer this time. Told him the truth reluctantly and watched his whole demeanor shift completely. He said he needed time to think about everything and our future. 2 days later, he broke up. Said he couldn't get past the lies and the reality of my past experiences with so many others. Felt like his view of me changed completely once he knew truth. Tried explaining it, was different back. Then, and I'm not that person, but damage was already done completely. He said he couldn't stop picturing me with all those other guys. Made him feel like just another number on my list somehow. Next relationship was with Marcus from dating app who seemed very open. Thought honesty would work better. This time, so I was upfront early. Told him my number during serious conversation about our sexual histories openly. He seemed cool with it initially. Said, past is past and doesn't matter as long as we're exclusive. But his behavior started changing gradually. Became jealous and possessive over time. Constantly worried I would cheat on him since I had been. With so many people before, obviously. Accused me of still thinking about other guys during intimate moments together. Started asking weird questions about past. Wanted details about specific encounters and what I did with other guys. Relationship became toxic very quickly because of his insecurity about my past. Ended after 6 months of constant fighting and accusations about my loyalty. Started noticing pattern in my dating. Guys would either judge me harshly or become insecure and controlling always. Some guys fetishized my experience and only wanted me for sexual encounters. Treated me like I was easy because of my past reputation somehow. Others assumed I couldn't be faithful or serious about commitment since I had been casual for so long. Third guy I dated was religious. Thought he would be more forgiving, but when he found out my number, he called me damaged goods, said he was looking for pure woman to marry and start family. Couldn't get past what he called my promiscuous phase in college years, even though I had changed completely. Began lying about my number again, cutting it down to more acceptable. Single digits that wouldn't scare guys, but lies always came out eventually, through mutual friends or social media, or just inconsistencies in my stories. Started feeling ashamed of my past for the first time in years. Realized my choices had consequences I never considered during those wild days. Tried dating guys with similar pasts, thinking they would be more understanding, but even they had double standards about women with high body counts. Met one guy who bragged about sleeping with over 60 women, but called me a slut when he found out my much lower number was still in the 40s. Society judges women differently than men for the same exact behavior patterns. Guys can sleep around and be praised while women get labeled negatively. Started seeing therapists to work through shame and regret about my choices. She helped me understand that while past doesn't define me completely, it does have impact on present relationships. Some people will judge, and that's their right to have preferences about partners' sexual histories and past experiences. Learn to be honest from beginning, instead of lying and making things worse when truth comes out later. Started dating less and focusing on myself and personal growth instead of constantly seeking validation through relationships. Realized I use sex and attention to fill emotional void inside me that meaningless encounters never actually filled. Worked on building self-worth that didn't depend on male attention or validation from random hookups and dates. After a year of therapy and self-reflection, started dating again with different mindset and realistic expectations about how my past would affect things. Met several more guys who couldn't handle my history when they learned. One guy seemed perfect until he found old photos on my Instagram from college parties and spring breaks. Asked me to explain every guy in every photo like I was on trial for past. Became obsessed with my sexual history. Couldn't stop bringing it up constantly. Made me feel dirty and ashamed for choices I made years ago. Another guy pretended to be okay with my past, but passive-aggressively. Brought it up during every argument. Used my number against me whenever he was angry about something else. Called me names and made me feel worthless because of my choices. Realized some men will never see past your sexual history regardless of who you become or how you change as person over the years. Finally met someone through friend who knew my history and didn't care about numbers or past sexual experiences. He saw me as complete person, not just collection of past encounters. We've been together 8 months now, and he's never made me feel judged or ashamed about my choices. But I know I got lucky. Most guys aren't that understanding, unfortunately. My past definitely limited my options in dating pools significantly over time. Some doors are closed permanently because of choices I made when younger. Wish someone had explained the long-term consequences of casual sex culture, beyond just pregnancy and disease risks. Emotional and relationship costs are real, even if people don't talk about them openly in our hookup culture. Not saying women shouldn't have freedom to make their own choices about their bodies and sexual experiences completely, but understanding that actions have consequences, and other people have right to their own preferences and partners too. My number definitely killed several relationships. That could have been something special if I had made different choices when I was younger and more reckless about my future happiness. Learned that sexual liberation comes with price that nobody talks about honestly. Price of being judged by future partners who want someone with less experience or different sexual history entirely. Wish I could go back and tell my younger self that every choice has consequences that follow you for years.